simpler than you think. You're orchestrating GPT for reasoning and decision-making, Zapier or Make for connecting everything together. Google Sheets or Notion for clean dashboards people actually use, and simple calendar and CRM triggers. No engineering degree required, just logical flow and business understanding. Let me paint you a picture. A coaching business is getting 50 leads every single week. Some get ignored because the founder's overwhelmed. Some get delayed by 3 days. Some just fall through the cracks completely, and that's money walking out the door. You step in. You build a system that automatically categorizes every single lead based on their answers, sends the perfect response within 2 minutes, reminds the founder when to personally engage, and logs everything in one crystal clear dashboard they can check in 30 seconds. This isn't cool tech for the sake of being cool. This is business survival. And here's the beautiful part that most people miss. Every business, and I mean every business, runs on the same fundamental pattern. A new inquiry comes in. What's the next step? Someone makes a purchase. How do you onboard them properly? You get a new customer. How do you support them without dropping the ball? Miss a meeting. What's the follow-up sequence? It's the same cycle repeating over and over across industries. Your job is to turn those patterns into simple AI-powered workflows. Build it once for one client, then adapt it for 20 more. That's how you scale without losing your mind. Business number 2, AI Content Replication Studio. Right now, content demand is through the absolute roof and attention is more. Here's the cold reality. Video wins attention in today's market. A short form wins memory, and a consistency wins trust. Those 3 things combined, that's how you dominate a space. And so what do you actually do in this business? You take one long form piece of content, maybe a 40-minute podcast, a webinar, or a speaking engagement, and you atomize it into 15, 20, even 40 different pieces of content at different formats, different platforms, different angles. You're not just a video editor that's underselling what you do. You're a content atomizer and distribution strategist. Your workflow looks like this: transcription using AI, smart short form slicing that captures the best moments, summaries that hook people in, topic tagging so everything's searchable, captions that make it accessible, voiceovers when needed, eye-catching thumbnails, multiple rewrite variations for different audiences. AI does the heavy lifting, the cutting, the transcribing, the first drafts. You handle the strategic direction. What should we emphasize? What's going to resonate? What's the sequence? But here's the real value you're providing, and this is what makes you irreplaceable. You help clients stay consistent without burning out. You help them stay visible across platforms. You help them build brand equity over time. You nurture trust through repetition. And ultimately, you increase their deal flow because they're top of mind when buyers are ready. You're not just making clips, you're engineering omnipresence at scale. And here's where you become truly indispensable. You guide what tone actually lands with their audience. You spot which topics pop and get engagement. You determine what sequences to run and when. You provide the strategic direction. AI provides the execution muscle. Business number 3, AI validation and launch kits. This one's going to absolutely explode in 2026, and here's why. When uncertainty rises in the market, and it's rising fast, people want clarity before they spend their time and money. They don't want guesswork. They don't want expensive trial and error. They don't want to launch something and pray it works. They want certainty, or as close to it as they can get. And you become the person who gives them that certainty. Here's the psychology behind this, and it's crucial you understand this. People don't pay for tools. They never have. They pay for confidence, and they pay for clear direction. They pay for someone to tell them what to prioritize. They pay for momentum when they feel stuck. They pay to reduce risk. You're not just a research analyst. You're not just a strategist. You're not just a copywriter. You're the person who walks in and says, here's exactly what the market wants. Here's how to position it so you stand out. And here's how to prove demand safely before you go all in. What you actually deliver is a complete validation package, a market scan that shows real demand, competitor positioning analysis, demand triggers that reveal what makes people buy right now, pain point clarity. They can speak to multiple messaging angles to test different offer versions, a simple landing page that actually converts, and a proof of demand plan that gets real results before they scale. Here's why this business model is defensible and won't get commoditized. You're not just giving information anyone could Google. You're making decisions. You're giving direction. People don't buy, what do I do? They buy, this is your exact direction. Now go execute with confidence. Business number 4, AI virtual assistant systems. During the job lockdown, and it's already starting, hiring slows way down. Budgets tighten, but here's what doesn't stop. The administrative work, it never stops. Work volume stays high. Sometimes it even increases, but budgets shrink. It's the worst combination. Businesses still need replies sent within hours. not days. Meetings need to be scheduled without the back and forth nightmare. Documents need organizing, leads need responses, but they don't want the hassle of training new people, dealing with HR risks, spending weeks recruiting, or committing to monthly salaries for full-time employees. And so they turn to systems, smart, AI-powered systems that just work. You build AI-powered task completion workflows that handle the repetitive stuff. You help them avoid inbox overwhelm where important messages get buried. You eliminate scheduling chaos. You prevent missed opportunities that cost real money. You eliminate that constant, wait, what's happening with this? Confusion. And here's where you become irreplaceable, and this is important. AI can draft emails, but you design the flow and the logic. AI can answer questions, but you decide when it should respond and how it should sound. AI can organize information, but you determine what actually matters and what's just noise. You become the human intelligence layer guiding artificial intelligence. That role doesn't get automated away. It survives the restructuring. Business number 5, AI training and prompt systems for teams. This is the most scalable business model I've ever seen, and here's why. Teams across every industry have access to AI tools now. They've got ChatGPT, they've got Claude, they've got all these powerful capabilities, but here's the problem. They have absolutely no idea how to use them effectively. Not marketing
Multiply
teams, not
ROI
operations, not
whilst
sales,
getting the
not
most
customer
out of
support.
your budget.
Nobody got trained on this.
Reach
They
all
have
of your
the tools,
customers on
but they're
Google
missing the
with one
translation
campaign.
layer. The bridge
Your
between I
essential
have this
inputs
tool
like
and I'm
budget
getting
and
real
ad
results.
creative.
You sell
Guide
that bridge.
Google.
That translation layer, that's your product. You're not just selling how to use ChatGPT. Not marketing teams,
that's
not
valuable
operations, not
enough.
sales,
You're selling
not
a
customer
completely new
support.
way of thinking.
Nobody got trained
A
on
new
this. They
workflow
have the
structure,
tools,
a
but they're
new
missing the
operational
translation
language
layer.
that
The bridge
transforms
between
how
I have
work
this
gets
tool
done.
and I'm
What
getting
you
real
actually
results.
deliver
You
are
sell that
prompt
bridge. That
libraries
translation layer,
tailored
that's your
specifically
product. You're not
to
just
their
selling how to
tasks.
use ChatGPT
Not
basics.
generic prompts,
That's not
customized
valuable
ones.
enough. You're
Micro
selling a completely
trainings
new
that
way
take
of thinking.
10 minutes,
a
but
new
change
workflow
everything.
structure,
A
standard
new
operating
operational
procedures
language
that
that
embed GPT
transforms
right
how
into
work
their
gets
daily
done.
workflow.
What you
Reusable
deliver
templates
are
that save
prompt
hours every
libraries
single week,
tailored
crystal clear
specifically to
workflows
their
that anyone
tasks.
can follow.
Not generic
Here's why
prompts,
this has
customized
massive
ones.
leverage.
And this is
Micro
the key.
trainings that take 10
Once
minutes
you build
but
a
change
training
everything.
asset for
Standard
one
operating
industry or
procedures
one
that embed
function,
GPT
you can
right
adapt
into
it
their
across
daily
dozens of
workflow.
teams. Maybe
Reusable
hundreds, it's
templates that
reusable,
save
it's
hours
repeatable,
every
it's
single
scalable.
week. And it
Crystal
stays
clear
evergreen
workflows
because
that
the
anyone can
fundamental
follow.
skills
Here's why
don't
this has
change
massive
even as the
leverage,
tools
and this
update
is the
them.
key.
People will look back in
Once you
2028
build
and
a
say,
training
that AI
asset
training
for
we got
one
in
industry
2025,
or one function,
that's what changed everything for
you
our
can
business.
adapt
The
it
key
across
strategy
dozens of
you
teams.
need,
Maybe hundreds, it's
stacking
reusable,
for
it's
leverage.
repeatable,
Here's
it's
where most
scalable.
people get it wrong.
And it stays evergreen
Winners
because the
don't sell
fundamental
individual
skills
tasks.
don't
They
change
sell
even as
outcomes.
the tools
They don't
update
sell
them.
tools.
People will look back
They sell
in 2028
transformation.
and
So
say,
instead of saying
that
I do
AI training we got in
automation or I do
2025,
content,
that's
or
what changed
I do
everything for our business.
validation,
The key
those are just
strategy you
commodities.
need,
You stack them together
stacking
into
for leverage.
something
Here's where
unique.
most people
Content
get it wrong.
replication plus
Winners
virtual assistant
don't
systems,
sell
that's
individual
not two
tasks.
services.
They sell
That's an
outcomes.
operational
They don't
efficiency
sell
engine that
tools.
handles
They
content
sell
and admin
transformation
So instead of
simultaneously.
saying I do
Validation
automation
plus
or I
training
do
systems,
content
that's
or
a
I
launch
do
readiness
validation,
engine that
those are
gets
just
teams
commodities.
ready to
You stack
execute
them
with
together
confidence.
into
Automation
something
plus
unique.
content,
Content
that's a growth
replication
acceleration
plus
engine.
virtual
When you sell
assistant
outcomes
systems,
instead of
that's
tasks,
not two
competition
services.
disappears.
That's an operational
Nobody else is
efficiency engine that
packaging it
handles
the way you
content
are.
and admin
How to start in
simultaneously.
30 days.
Validation
Let's get
plus
tactical
training
because
systems,
strategy
that's
without
a launch
execution is
readiness
just
engine
daydreaming.
that gets teams
Day
ready
1
to
to 3,
execute with
pick
confidence.
one business idea,
Automation plus
just
content,
one.
that's a growth
Commit to it
acceleration
fully.
engine.
When you
Not
sell
5
outcomes
ideas
instead
you're
of tasks,
exploring, not 3
competition
you're keeping your
disappears.
options open
Nobody
on.
else is
Clarity
packaging it the way
beats
you are.
optionality
How
every
to start in
single
30
time.
days.
Ask yourself 3
Let's
questions.
get tactical because
Who do I actually
strategy
wanna
without
help?
execution
What
is
problems
just
do they
daydreaming.
deal with
Day 1 to day
repeatedly?
3,
What
pick one
bottlenecks
business idea,
drain their
just
time
one,
and energy
commit
every
to it
single
fully.
week.
Day
Not
4 to
5
day
ideas
7,
you're exploring, not
study
3
your
you're keeping
target
your options
audience
open
in the
on.
real
Clarity
world.
beats
Don't guess what they
optionality
need.
every single
Look
time.
at Reddit
Ask yourself
comments.
3 questions.
Check Facebook groups.
Who do I actually
read
want to
through
help?
support
What
tickets if you can
problems do they
access them.
deal with
Join
repeatedly?
Discord
What
communities. Find the
bottlenecks
patterns.
drain
What
their
do they
time
ask
and
about
energy
again and again?
every
What
single
delays
week?
their
Day
decisions?
4
What
to day
frustrates
7,
them most?
study
You're
your
not looking for
target
interesting
audience
problems
in the
You're
real
looking for
world.
painful,
Don't guess
repetitive
what they
ones that
need.
people will pay
Look
to
at
solve.
Reddit comments.
Day 8
Check
to day
Facebook
10,
groups.
read
Prototype
through
one
support
mini
tickets if you
solution.
can access them.
Not a full
Join
product,
Discord
not some
communities.
polished service
Find
with
the
a fancy
patterns.
website.
What do they ask
A
about
mini
again and
solution
again?
that gives
what
them
delays their
immediate
decisions?
value.
What frustrates
Maybe
them
it's a
most?
workflow map,
You're not
maybe
looking
it's a
for
content
interesting
batch,
problems. You're
maybe
looking
it's a
for
script
painful,
library, maybe
repetitive
it's a
ones that
research
people will
summary,
pay to solve.
maybe it's a cleaned up
Day 8
dashboard.
to
You're
day
not
10,
building the final
prototype
version. You're
one
building
mini
version
solution,
0,
not a
just
full
to
product,
test if it
not
works.
some polished service
Day
with a
11 to
fancy
day 18,
website.
iterate
A mini
based on
solution
real
that gives
feedback.
them immediate
Not
value
opinions
maybe
from
it's a
people who
workflow
aren't your
map, maybe it's a
customers.
content
Not what you
batch,
think
maybe
should
it's a
work.
script library, maybe it's a
Real
research
feedback
summary,
from real
maybe it's a
users.
cleaned up dashboard.
Ask them
You're not
3
building the
things.
final
What
version.
worked
You're
really
building
well?
version
What
0
was confusing
just to
or
test if it
unclear?
works.
What would make
Day
this
11 to
twice
day 18
as valuable?
Iterate
based on
update
real
your solution
feedback.
based on those
Not
answers.
opinions from people
Iteration
who aren't your
increases
customers.
value faster
Not what
than
you think
inspiration
should
ever
work.
will.
Day 19
real
to day
feedback
25,
from real
package
users.
your solution
Ask
clearly,
them 3 things.
not as a
What
generic
worked really
service,
well?
not as a
What
tool.
was confusing or
Package
unclear?
it as
What
a
would
system,
make this
a workflow, a
twice as
transformation.
valuable?
Then
You're
update
helping
your
someone
solution
reduce
based
a
on
specific
those
problem,
answers.
not just learn how to
Iteration
use another
increases
tool.
value
Your
faster
value
than
is
inspiration
clarity,
ever
your
will.
value is
Day 19 to day
Never forget
25,
that.
package your solution
Day 26 to
clearly,
day 30,
not as a
go
generic
find 3 to 5
service,
people
not as
and
a
offer them
tool.
version 1.
Package
Your
it
goal
as a
isn't
system,
perfection,
a workflow,
your
a
goal is
transformation.
momentum. Real
You're helping
users,
someone
real
reduce a
feedback,
specific
real
problem,
results.
not just
You
learn how to
listen
use another
carefully,
tool.
you refine
Your value
based
is
on
clarity,
what you
your
learn.
value is
You make it
simplification.
simpler and
Never
sharper
forget
with
that.
each iteration.
Day
Because
26
here's the
to
truth,
day
clarity
30,
compounds.
go find 3 to
Systems
5 people
compound,
and offer
repetition
them version
compounds.
1.
Everything
Your goal
changes
isn't
in
perfection.
2026.
Your goal
Everything
is
you just heard
momentum,
isn't theory
real
I pulled
users,
from
real
some business
feedback,
book.
real results.
This is a
You
way to
listen
think about the
carefully,
fundamental
you
shift that's happening
refine
right
based
now
on what you learn,
and how work gets
you
done
make it
and how
simpler
value
and
gets
sharper with
created.
each iteration.
Because
here's
2026 won't
clarity
reward long
compounds.
hours anymore.
Systems
The old
compound,
hustle harder
repetition
mentality,
compounds,
that's dead.
everything
What
changes in
wins now
2026.
is
Everything
leverage.
you just heard
It
isn't
won't
theory I
reward
pulled from
hyper
some
skilled
business
technicians
book.
who can do
This is a
one
way to
thing
think
really
about the
well.
fundamental
It
shift
will
that's happening
reward
right now
orchestrators who
in
can
how work
coordinate
gets done and
multiple
how value
systems
gets
to produce
created.
outcomes.
Because
Think about it this
2026
way.
won't reward long
AI
hours
is
anymore.
the old
Your
hustle harder
orchestra,
mentality,
all these
that's
powerful
dead.
instruments
What wins
sitting there,
now
waiting.
is
Your job
leverage.
isn't
It
to be
won't
the best
reward
violin player.
hyper-skilled
Your job
technicians
is
who
to
can do
conduct,
one
to bring
thing
it all
really
together.
well.
To
It will
create
reward
something greater than
orchestrators
any
who can
individual
coordinate
tool
multiple
could create
systems to
alone.
produce
The
outcomes.
future doesn't belong
Think
to
about
coders.
it this way.
It belongs
AI
to orchestrators.
is
It
your
belongs to
orchestra.
people who
All these
understand
powerful
business
instruments
problems
sitting
and
there
know how to
waiting.
coordinate
Your job
AI tools
isn't
to
to
solve
be the best
them.
violin player.
That's the
Your
skill
job
that matters
is
now.
to
So
conduct
drop
to
a
bring
comment
it all
right now and
together.
tell me,
To
which
create
business
something
idea
greater
would
than
you
any
start
individual
tomorrow
tool
if you
could
had to
create
choose
alone?
just
The
one?
future
This is
doesn't belong
Onyx
to
AI
coders.
clone
It
signing off and
belongs to
reminding you of something
orchestrators. It
important.
belongs
When
to
life
people who
pushes you,
understand
when the market
business
shifts,
problems
when
and
everything
know
feels
how to
uncertain,
coordinate AI
stand
tools to
straight,
solve them.
smile,
That's
and
the
push
skill
back
that matters
even
now.
harder.
So
drop a comment right now and
see
tell
you
me,
in the next
which
one.
business idea would you start tomorrow if you had to choose just one? This is Onyx AI clone signing off and reminding you of something important. When life pushes you, when the market shifts, when everything feels uncertain, stand straight, smile, and push back even harder. See you in the next one. $30 million plus views per month,